We've been given several expense items: accounting, advertising, insurance, maintenance, utilities, and miscellaneous expenses, and their values for year one. We want to project these expense values for each expense item through year five at a constant growth percentage. For this, we use extrapolation. We begin with a value, apply a growth rate to that value, and then indicate the range over which that growth is to take place. To do that, we'll start with the accounting line item, and we'll click and drag cells B12 through F12 to select that range, year 1 through year 5, for the accounting expense item. And then we'll click on the Home tab, click on the Fill arrow, click on the Series option, and in our Series dialog, make sure that Series in Rows is selected. Type is going to be a growth. Since we're extrapolating the $10,000 through years 2, 3, 4, and 5 at a specific growth rate, we do not check the trend box, but we do click in the step value. And since we're going to be increasing this amount, this accounting expense, by 12% each year, the step value should be 1.12. That will make sure that each year the accounting expense grows by 12%. When I click OK, you notice that we have extrapolated the $10,000 in year 1 to $11,200 in year 2, $12,544 in year 3, etc. Each of these represents a 12% growth over the previous year. We can do this for each individual item, or we can apply the growth extrapolation for all of the expense items at one time. We can click and drag the remaining first year values for the different expense items and then drag over to year 5. So the first column within our selection range are the year 1 expense values, and now we want to use growth extrapolation to fill in the rest of the cells through year 5 for each of these expense items where each experiences a 12% growth. So now we click the Home tab, we click the Series arrow, we click the Series option, and in the Series dialog window, we make sure that the Series in Rows is checked. The type is growth. We do not check the trend box, but we do click in the step value and make sure that 1.12 is entered. We then click OK, and you'll notice that every one of these expense items has a starting value, and subsequent values represent a 12% growth over the previous year. And that way we've been able to apply a growth extrapolation where we've used a specific growth percentage over several items at a single time.